Have you guys... Okay, those who have played the DLC, have you noticed how every boss has an attack that explodes? And that the explosion always happens after they've attacked? Because, that's kind of a theme I've been seeing. Just everything explodes. Look, explosion. The base game too, yeah, but it's... I noticed it a lot more in this. I need a heal here. Every second phase of every boss in this game, every attack they do blows up. It's like if you've ever... do you remember fighting Radahn? Not Radahn, sorry. Radagon? Every attack Radagon does explodes. Even when Radagon is teleporting, he explodes. It's so shit. There's two things that really frustrate me in these games. Two things. One is not being able to see, and two is just being incredibly shit. Right? But that's besides the point. I hate not being able to see so much, and the usual suspect for not being able to see in these games is because the camera is absolute dog shit for big enemies. So for a lot of the time, people just won't lock on to dragons. Now, I'm a basic bitch. I'll admit it. I have to use lock on because my turning speed on my camera is low. I play at low sensitivity. I get it. I'm an old boomer, right? But for the first time in playing these games, my vision was obstructed, I should say, by an enemy's attack. I have to show this. Where is he? This dragon here. Spoils. This was the first dragon fight I ever actually enjoyed. This is phase 2. This is phase 2. What am I looking at right now? Okay, so roaring turns into a lightning attack, which we... What am I looking at, bro? Alright, this move isn't bad. I can't see the boss right now, but everything he does in this phase 2, you literally can't see. And there were instances where I literally could not see the boss because of just fire and shit everywhere. Like that, it was ridiculous. Like, look, you literally can't see the boss right now. Because there's just lightning or fire or whatever it is. Some sort of mix between the two. To that attack. You just can't see. And it was so bad. What the hell is going on? Literally. What the hell is going on? Could any of you actually tell me what was happening? Besides me just bitching. Once you realize it's just I only get to attack once, it kind of like makes the fight a little bit boring. Like you can't take risks. Even like healing twice is a risk. He's lucky I'm a Radahn simp, otherwise I'd be at Miyazaki's door right now. I think the worst part about how the bosses work is it just encourages you to have one playstyle. This game has so many different types of weapon, so many different types of armor, so many different spells, and at the end of the day, 95 to 90% of them are completely useless. It only rewards one style of attack, or two. Either you spam magic from 50 miles away, which, boring, or you use a weapon that's really quick, like a katana or rapier, and build proc. You either build rot, bleed, frost, or poison. And that to me is the saddest part. Love this game, but that to me is what's really sad. It's an RPG where your role is to play one build. Oh, frame drop, thank you. Did you see the frame just shoots up? Okay, who saw the frame rate drop? Anybody? Another thing, talking about like the whole you only get one chance to attack, is some attacks lead into other attacks. Pirated version runs better, yeah. if you leave an extra second, an extra half a second at the end of a combo, sometimes you'll just miss your opportunity to attack gold. Like, it's one of those things where, in my opinion, you want to fight where you react to an attack. But when it comes to you actually attacking, you have to anticipate that their attack is going to end. And where that becomes a problem is when there's attack combos that lead into another attack combos. And like, I can point it out, right? That's about it, because that one ends like that. Okay, this. He can do this twice sometimes. That double jump, that can turn into another one if I attack too early. Right? So the extra microsecond it would have taken to me to adjust to that is literally a microsecond on whether I get to hit him or not. Like, the best bosses so far are the ones you have an opportunity to react and decide. But that 0.5 of a delay of actually recognizing whether their attack is going to continue because of however it's programmed, or because of if they're not going to attack, that 0.5 of a second is literally your 0.5 seconds to start your attack, because you're not going to get an extra 0.5 of a seconds to recover from your attack to then roll the next attack. The best way to put it is a good fight will be one you can react to and anticipate. React and anticipate. But all the fights in this are ones you can't anticipate an attack. But that's why pokey weapons, quick weapons are that's literally the reason in full view why pokey weapons that are really quick to build, that build bleed are so important, are so good. Because you would be able to get a hit off in there. And when you hit something, it doesn't matter how much damage you do, it resets their poise. And depending on, like, obviously, if you hit them with something that builds proc, it'll build and keep building, or at least maintain. Like, if I hit him with a rapier there that had rock, he's going to not only keep the poise damage I had already built, but he's going to keep his... Jeez face! Jesus, with 200 views on the raid. Thank you so much, brother. Jesus Christ. You got me in the middle of a rant, brother. I'm literally ranting. I'm having fun doing it, but I'm ranting. Just to fill everyone back in, we just got a hell of a lot of traction. Pokey weapons that build bleed, or pokey weapons that build even rot, right? Turtle, don't make me tummy out, alright? This is a big moment for me. They literally are just too good, because your options to attack in all these bosses in this game are just, okay, people watch me play right now. You'll only see me do one attack per combo. If I don't die here. I shouldn't die though. This is easy one to roll. Like I said, easy one to roll. Watch me play this game, right? Watch me play. You'll see, every time he gives me an attack, I will only get to attack him once. Before I have to then roll again. Look. He's gonna do a combo. Doing a combo. He's coming down. He's gonna do a combo. I get to attack once. And now he's gonna do a combo again. Alright? Pokey weapons that are quick will get to have 2 opportunities, like rapiers, will probably be able to attack twice there. And then, those attacks, you're saying the DLC is shit? No. I am having a lot of fun with the DLC. I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring started a huge journey for me, particularly on the channel. I went from Elden Ring to Dark Souls 1. I then did Dark Souls 3. I then did Elden Ring randomizer. I did a Dark Souls 1 randomizer. I then was so desperate for content, I did Dark Souls 2 with the DLC. Okay? So I've played them. I haven't played Bloodborne. The DLC encourages you, and Elden Ring in general, encourages you to have one sort of playstyle, or 2. But we're not going to talk about 2. 2 is basically magic spam, but that's boring. You need to play quick pokey weapons that do build up, and then you have an easier time than everybody else. There's like, what, 100 different weapons in this game, and everybody uses katanas and rapiers. Why? Because they build bleed, they can attack more than once in the extremely small window that you get. For every fight is like that. Every fight is like that. You get 1 attack, or 2 if you have a quick weapon, and that's it. Like, look at my build, alright? I'm an absolute Chad. I'm rolling in it, right? Look at my drip right now. Look at my guts sword. I have a great sword. A literal great sword. It's great. But I only get to attack once. If I use something like a katana, a regular sized katana, in the time it takes me to do 2 attacks, it takes my greatsword to do 1. You know what my big heavy weapon gets me? You know what my Chad greatsword gets me? It gets me 1 hit with decent damage, and because I've got Enchanting Mist, it'll do Frost Buildup. But excluding the Frost Buildup, it only does 700 damage. And I only get to hit once, which means I miss out on not only poise damage, but I miss out on just damage in general, because I'm attacking less and getting 0 buildup, and because attacks go for so long and I only get 1 attack, I only get poise damage. Saying Elden Ring is shit. Elden Ring isn't shit. It's not shit. But it's just that the meta in this game has been consistent for the entire lifespan of the game. And that's kind of stale. That's kind of boring. Day 1, I played Elden Ring. Nothing's changed since then. They've nerfed a few bosses. They've buffed the shit out of Gideon for whatever reason. They nerfed some of the spells with the PvP update. I'm just saying, when every boss is exactly the same, you roll an infinite amount of times because their combo goes forever, and then you do 1 attack in between those combos, that's a little bit stale. It's very repetitive. Now, they have a winning formula. That works for a lot of people. A lot of people are enjoying that. But, like, when I played Dark Souls 1 for the first time, okay, so I played Elden Ring, then Sekiro, then Dark Souls 1. After beating Sekiro and then going to Dark Souls 1, I understood what people meant by taking turns with a boss, right? So your boss will attack you. When their combo finishes, hey, it's my turn to get a combo. That's what Dark Souls 1 is. It's your turn, my turn. Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring becomes, it's your turn to attack, and then I'm going to quickly poke you right now. And then it's your turn to attack again. And then I'm going to poke you, and then while you're going into phase 2, good sir, I'm going to get 1 charged R2 off on you. And then it's your turn. It's your turn again. It's more like I'm begging for a turn, or I'm just like nibbling at a turn. Dark Souls 1 is your turn, good combo, my turn, big combo, your turn, my turn. That's the difference. That's the difference. Basically, they've just cranked the dial on whose turn, on the enemy's turn, and lessened it on your turn. The give and take is still technically there, but it is a shadow of what it was in Dark Souls 1. And you have to play Dark Souls 1 to understand what I'm saying. Or not. Maybe you're an elite big brain person. And I'm not throwing shade. I mean, I technically am, but I do love this game. I love this game. I'm just saying, it's not perfect, man. I think those people that are giving this game 10 out of 10 are somewhat either getting paid or are delusional. This is an amazing game. It is so good. The first time you play this game is like an experience you will never have with any other game. It's beautiful. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, it's perfect. What people need to do is they need to play this game, and then they need to play Dark Souls 1. That is the only way I'm going to have anybody else's opinion be valid. You can, and like after you've played this and then Dark Souls 1, your opinion is actually welcome into the discussion of this game. You're allowed in, bro. You're allowed in. You get an all access pass, you get the anime girls, you get the manga, you get the women. You get it all. But until you played this game and then Dark Souls 1, or Dark Souls 1 then this game, your opinion about Elden Ring is obsolete. It does not matter. Because you have, and this is the truth, you literally have nothing to compare it to. You literally have nothing to compare it to. You're comparing Elden Ring with Elden Ring. No. You compare Elden Ring to what literally started it all. There's a term called Souls-like. Souls-like. Do you know why it's called Souls-like? Because they are all based on Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1 specifically. You can't compare Elden Ring to Elden Ring and say it's a 10 out of 10, because that's what everyone does. You need to compare Elden Ring to Dark Souls 1. Now, Dark Souls 1 has flaws. Everybody admits it. Everybody can recognize that the better chaos is horseshit. Everybody can recognize that there are areas of that game that it feels absolutely horrible to go with. But everybody can still recognize it's great. You need to play the greatness that is Dark Souls 1 to compare it to Elden Ring and just to completely look at Elden Ring in general. That is the facts. That is the facts. That is the facts. I don't like that. And at the end, whether you take my opinion or not is up to you. But like, where I'm standing, if you haven't played Dark Souls 1 and you're saying Elden Ring is a 10 out of 10, your opinion doesn't matter because you're literally comparing Elden Ring to Elden Ring. It doesn't matter. It's like, but I'm not gonna pretend like it's perfect. I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't experienced a better boss experience. I'm not gonna pretend like that give and take that they had in Dark Souls 1 is still here and that it's thriving, because it's not. It's literally, you get 9 moves and I get to do this. And now it's your turn again. And like I said, that's a winning formula. That's a good formula. But it has literally, and I mean this, it has literally been every single boss in this DLC. I am yet to run into a boss where I have got to pull off 2 charged R2s and not taking damage. I'm not bad at these games. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not Gino Machino. That guy's a legend. I'm not Distortion 2. I admit that. I am a casual when it comes to those guys. I admit it. But you know what I can do in Dark Souls 1 that I can't do here? 2 charged R2s and a roll and not take damage. I'm not the best, but I'm definitely not the worst. 1,000 times. I'm gonna die here because I rolled too early. Yeah. I wanted to fight Radahn. And it's not my hater arc, Jesus Christ. I wanted to fight Radahn. When you can only attack once per 1,000 combos for one boss, that's fine. It's one boss. But it has been every single boss in the DLC. Every single boss in the DLC, you have only been able to hit them once with my build. I imagine if you have a different build, like a Rapier build or a Katana build, you probably got to hit him twice, maybe even 3 times if you were lucky. But with my build, that's all I do. So fights become super drawn out for no reason other than, hey, they get to attack more than me. And that, if you wanna have like a mini orgasm when you play these games, do a full set of charged R2s. I'm just gonna tell you, do a full set of charged R2s, and then get a stun on your last R2, and then Repoise Break. That shit. Look, I haven't had sex in a while, but I'm telling you, bro, it's close enough. And that never happens. That never happens. You will never stun an enemy in this game with 3 consecutive charge R2s. In this DLC, at least. It will never happen. It will never happen. You will never get to experience an Elden orgasm. I promise you that. But if you do want to have that feeling, like for nearly every boss, check out Dark Souls 1. You might like it. It's a bit old, but you know what? There's a remaster on Steam, #ad. You can check it out. If you want to get it super cheap, G2A, that's always a good place, right? It's a bit shady sometimes, but it's there. So if you want to have like a mini orgasm every fight with those charged R3s, yeah, man. Dark Souls 1. For now, though, the best, like, the most euphoria you get, that lightheadedness when, like, you just reach the apex of pleasure, the only way you get that in this game is when you spend 3 to 5 plus hours on a boss to actually kill them. You don't get that for a stun, you don't get that for chaining a combo, you don't get that for successfully dodging an attack or learning a moveset. You literally only get that when you beat the boss. In Dark Souls 1, you get it all the time.